Hello everyone, how are you? Today we gonna explain a new topic, multiplying and dividing rational numbers. First, let's remember the multiplying and dividing using the sign of the numbers. For example, if I said positive times positive or negative times negative, both of them we will get positive. So if the two numbers they have the same sign, so you will get the answer positive. But what about if they were different sign? Negative times positive or positive times negative. In both of these two cases we will get negative. So if the two numbers they have different sign, so we will get negative answer. Let's solve some questions like this. 1 over 5 times 4 over 7. It's very easy to multiply numerator by numerator and the denominator by denominator to get 1 times 4 is 4 and 5 times 7 is 35. So 4 over 35, and this is the simplest form. Negative 1 over 3 times 4 over 5. Since both of them different signs, so we will get negative answer and we will multiply them to get 4 over 15 but in negative. And this also the next question here we have different signs, so we will get negative answer after multiplying numerators to get 4 times 1 and 4 times 9 to get negative 4 over 36, and we need to put this fraction in simplest form to put it in negative 1 over 9. The other one here also we will multiply them numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator, and also we will get negative answer because different sign, and we will put this fraction in simplest form to get negative 1 over 12. Letter E, here we have the same sign, so our answer positive after multiplying numerators and denominators to get 9 over 21. We can simplify both of these two terms, numerator and denominator, because both of them in table 3, so we will get 3 over 7 as simplest form. 5 times negative 1 over 5. Here, since this is an integer, so we can make it over 1, and we will complete multiplying both of them to get 5 times 1 and 1 times 5 to get negative 5 over 5 that equal negative 1. To multiply mixed number like 1 and 1 over 5, you have to make it an improper fraction. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6 over 5. Okay, 6 over 5 times negative 6 over 5. Sorry for this mistake, this is 6 over 5. Okay, 6 over 5 times negative 6 over 5, we will get negative 42 over 25, because this is 7, so we will make it as 6. Let me write this question one more time. Okay, just okay. So here this is 1, this one is 0, negative 0.25 times 1 over 3. We will make it as a fraction. Okay, then negative 1 over 4 times 1 over 3, we will get negative 1 over 12. What about the division? Division the same as multiplication, but we need to make one more step. One more step using KCF. KCF means keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Keep the first fraction 5 over 7, keep it the same 5 over 7, and change division to make it multiplication, and flip 11 over 6 and make it 6 over 11, and continue multiplying these two fractions like the previous questions. Since here this is multiplication, we will multiply 5 by 6 to get 30 and 7 times 11 to get 77. The other one, negative 1 over 9, we will do the same to keep the first fraction negative 1 over 9, and we will change division to make it multiplication, and we will flip 5 over 3 to make it 3 over 5, and we will multiply both of these two fractions to get negative 3 over 45. Let's solve the other one also using the same way to keep the first fraction, okay, to make it negative 4 over 7 and to change multiplication, and to flip the second fraction to make it negative 7 over 4, and we will get positive 28 over 28 that equal 1. Okay, using the same way, we will multiply both of these two fractions after making the second fraction by writing its reciprocal, or flipping the second fraction 1 over 7 to make it 7 over 1. And we will multiply these two fractions to get the answer 35 over 21. Question A, the same answer, okay, the same steps, okay, 5 over 9 times negative 3 over 25 to get negative 15 over 225, and we will put this fraction in simplest form, negative 1 over 15. And this one also the same idea, we will multiply them and we will put them in simplest form. This one, negative 7 over 11 times 7 times 11 over 7, the reciprocal of this one, we will get negative 1. 0 divide any number equals 0, okay. 1 over 6 divide negative 11 over 1, we will make it 1 over 6 times negative 1 over 11, and we will get negative 1 over 66. Let's see the properties of multiplying and dividing rational numbers. The properties of multiplication like the properties of addition with some differences. So the first property, like in addition, closure property, okay, but before going to explain the properties of multiplication, let's find the answer of this one. 2 over 3 times 1, we will get the same fraction 2 over 3. So this property, like in addition, if you remember, in addition, if we added any number to 0, we will get the same number. So 0 in addition, it was an additive identity element, but here this one is called multiplicative identity element or multiplicative neutral element. The additive identity element was 0, but here the multiplicative identity element or multiplicative neutral element is 1. The multiplicative inverse of 3 over 8, we will keep the same sign, but we will flip this fraction, or we will write the reciprocal of 3 over 8 is 8 over 3. The multiplicative inverse of negative 4 over 9, we will keep the same sign negative, but we will flip the fraction to make it negative 9 over 4. And the multiplicative inverse of negative 6 over 1 is negative 1 over 6. And the multiplicative inverse of 2.5, let's write this fraction, this mixed, as an improper fraction. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 over 2. So the multiplicative inverse of 5 over 2 is 2 over 5. Multiplicative inverse of 0.2. Let's write this decimal as a fraction. 0.2 in simplest form is 1 over 5. So the multiplicative inverse of 1 over 5 is 5 over 1 or 5. The multiplicative inverse of 1 is the same as 1. Multiplicative inverse of negative 1 stay the same, negative 1. The multiplicative inverse of number power 0, since any number raised to power 0, this is equal 1, so this number equal 1, its multiplicative inverse is 1. And this also equal 1, then its multiplicative inverse is 1. The multiplicative inverse of absolute value of negative 3 over 7, the absolute value clear the negative sign, so this is 3 over 7. Its multiplicative inverse is 7 over 3. The rational number that doesn't have multiplicative inverse is 0, because 0, we can write it as a fraction 0 over 1, and we cannot flip 0 over 1 to make it 1 over 0, because this is undefined, or you will get math error. Okay, then it doesn't have multiplicative inverse. The properties of multiplication, like as we said, closure property, multiplying any two fractions or any two rational numbers, we will get answer belongs to Q or belongs to rational numbers. Commutative property, also we can switch the two numbers to say, for example, 2 times 3 the same as 3 times 2. Properties of multiplying, as we said, the properties closure property, commutative property, we can switch the two numbers to get, for example, if I said a times b the same as b times a, like 2 times 3 the same as 3 times 2. Associative property, just to collect two numbers, you can choose any two numbers to multiply them first, the answer stays the same using brackets. Okay, this is associative property. Multiplicative identity element, as we said, is 1. Okay, multiplicative inverse of a is to write the reciprocal of this number, a over 1. Its multiplicative inverse is 1 over a. Multiplying by 0, multiplying any number by 0, we will get 0. This is another property. Distributing multiplication over addition, the distributive property. Just if you have number multiplied by bracket like this, so we will distribute this number between them. So we will multiply a by b and a multiplied by c. We will multiply this number multiply by both of these two terms like that. And also in subtraction we will use the same, a times b is a times b like that. After that we will write minus according to the sign, and a times c we will make it like that. Let's use the distribution property to solve some questions like that. Here 5 over 9 times 3 plus 5 over 9 times 6. Here we will first we will make circle around the repeating fraction like this one. For example, 5 over 9 and 5 over 9. This is repeating fraction. This is repeated. Okay, we will write it first, and we will open bracket, and we will write the other numbers like 3 and 6 inside this bracket using our sign here plus between them. After writing like this, after getting out 5 over 9 out of this fraction of this example, we will put it here, and writing the other numbers inside the bracket, we will calculate the answer of this one. 3 plus 6 equal 9. So 5 over 9 times 9 equal 5. Let's solve one more question. 3 over 5 times 11 plus 3 over 5 times 4. We will write the repeated fraction 3 over 5. We will write it first like that, and we will open fraction we will open bracket, and we will write the numbers 11 and 4 using plus between them like this. 11 plus 4 equal 15. 15 times 3 over 5 we will get 9. Let's solve the next one. 3 times 5 over 14 plus 7 times 5 over 14 plus 4 times 5 over 14. Let's write the repeated fraction 5 over 14, and we will open bracket, and we will write the other numbers like 3 plus 7 plus 4 like that, and we will calculate the answer of this one. 3 plus 7 10, 10 plus 4 14, 14 times 5 over 14, this is equal 5. What about this one? Negative 2 over 7 times 9 plus 4 times negative 2 over 7 plus negative 2 over 7. By looking at this question, you will find that the repeated fraction repeated 3 times, but the other numbers only 2 numbers. Here negative 2 over 7 multiplied by 9, and negative 2 over 7 multiplied by 4. What about this fraction? Negative 2 over 7 multiplied by what? Multiplied by 1. So to write the answer, don't forget, after writing the repeated fraction negative 2 over 7 and opening bracket like this, you will write the other numbers 9 plus 4 plus 1. Don't forget to write plus 1. Okay, and after calculating this, we will get 14 times negative 2 over 7, and we will get negative 4. This one using the same idea. Okay, here you will find this one. Here we have 3 repeated fractions and 3 numbers 6, 8 and negative 13. We will write them after getting out 8 over 29. We will getting out the bracket, okay, and write the other numbers 6 plus 8 plus negative 13 to get the answer 8 over 29 times 1 to get the answer 8 over 29. This was the distribution property, and this was our lesson. If you have any problem or any question, please ask and try to watch the video one more time. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.